Hey guys, welcome. Today, some passionate teens have joined with us. One is Ann Kim. She is really interested in the field of mechatronics and robotics, and she is in ninth grade from Georgia, United States. She is also working on some kind of great project, which is wireless electricity. So we're gonna also talk about her project. And another one have also joined Tapas Banerjee. He is in 11th grade from Bangalore, India, and he is interested in the field of blockchain technology and entrepreneurship. And he is also working on some kind of startup, Loop TZ. So we're also going to talk about this startup from him. So first of all, how are you guys?
Hey, I'm good.
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, and I introduced both of you. I would like, and we would like to hear from you how you define yourself. So let's start with Anne. How you define yourself?
How would I define myself? Like, give some words to describe myself, kind of?
Yeah, just introduce like how you
Oh,
define
okay.
yourself.
I think that I would describe myself as passionate and curious, and I always seek to have a growth mindset when it comes to things. So, like, always seeking to learn and improve.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And you, Tapas?
I definitely use the word cognizant to describe myself. I'm really curious about the things that happen across me, and I'm really interested in entrepreneurship.
Oh, that's great. Nice to hear this thing. And yeah, uh, let's ask some questions to you. Let's start with Tapas. You are really interested in entrepreneurship, we know. So, why do you want to become an entrepreneur? And how and when you thought to become an entrepreneur?
Right. So I think being an entrepreneur is really about changing the world as people perceive it to be. It's really about working hard towards one dedicated area, the field of expertise as per your choice. And then you create something brand new out of it that really revolutionizes or disrupts a particular industry. And I really had the idea to become an entrepreneur when I was in seventh grade. That's when I really came across the term entrepreneurship on a larger scale. When I was reading the book of Elon Musk by Ashley Vance, I think most of you have read it as well.
That's
And I
cool.
really felt inspired after reading that book and was really enlightened by the idea of changing the world.
For Anne, you are interested in mechatronics and robotics. So can you please
Mhm.
tell me how you get started, how you got started into the field of mechatronics and robotics? But first, tell me what is mechatronics?
So, mechatronics is a emerging field of engineering. So, it's a combination of mechanical, electrical, and computer science engineering.
Okay, and how you got started?
How I got started. So my school, it's like kind of like a magnet school, I guess you could say. So it's a very career-oriented high school that offers things called pathways. Like for example, pathways in cybersecurity or law or healthcare or graphic design and marketing. And one of them was mechatronics. And I knew from like an early age that I was very passionate about science and learning about why things work the way they do. And so this curiosity and this desire to understand the world around me led me to engineering. And so I decided to pursue mechatronics in order to build foundational engineering skills.
Oh, that's cool. So, like, what is the best robots you have made till now?
Well, I have been in my school's robotics club for 1 year since I am just a freshman. So, I mean, this is really the only robot I've built. So I guess it's both simultaneously the best and the only robot I've built. I could give you a little bit of an explanation of the things that it can do. Would you guys
Yeah,
like to
please,
hear?
please.
Um, so this robot was built to participate in a program called FIRST Robotics. And FIRST Robotics is a global robotics program that is meant to develop the STEM innovators and leaders of the next generation of like the future, right? And so they present a game every single year, and there's like certain obstacles and ways to earn points in order to become the victor. So our robot is capable of we were designed with designing okay, we were challenged with designing a robot that's capable of shooting some balls into a goal in order to earn points, and there's also robots that can hang on designated rungs. So it's a very big robot, 125 pounds. Yeah.
You have also told that you are participating or you have participated World Championship robotics.
Oh yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? Please tell us.
So the World Championship, it's the final level, that's the final tier. And I was like very fortunate enough that this is my first year in robotics and I actually got to attend the World Championship. So that was very exciting. And I got to meet some very, very like passionate and just like brilliant teams from all around the world, like from Colombia or Romania, from Taiwan, Japan, Korea, India, all over the United States. So it was just like a really eye-opening like experience to see so many kids my age passionate about changing the world.
Yeah, that's cool. And like, how you participate into them? Like, do you need some kind of experience, or you just go into some team and you can
Oh,
participate? What's the
there
process?
is like a recruiting process. Uh, our school actually has like two separate robotics programs. So before you can participate in the robotics program that we went to the World Championship for, you have to participate in like a on a smaller scale robots. And then from there, they get to see your work ethic, how you work with other team members, and things like that. And then there's like an interview process. And then if you're accepted, you get to work on the larger robot.
Out from 1577. Red Alliance will hold on to just a 2-point lead as we are 15 seconds from endgame.
And this question is for Tapas. You are working on some startup, Loopsy. So
Right.
tell me about how it's going and how you got started into the startup and what does it do? Please tell us.
Right. Thanks for asking about it. So, being a student myself, I interacted with hundreds, if not thousands, of students from all across the world. And I felt that all of us have a lot of issues, but there was one common issue that all of us always had. And that was connecting with resources, finding the appropriate passions, or rather discovering our passions. Let's say someone wants to find an internship in the medical field, but he or she does not have the necessary resources to enter, or rather even find such an opportunity for themselves. The problem with searching in Google is that a lot of them tend to be professional, like on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They expect you to be graduates from colleges, to have some sort of background experience. But most high school students haven't had any experience whatsoever. So that led me to the creating LoopTZ, which is basically a nexus, or rather an opportunity database for all sorts of internships, financial aid opportunities, scholarships for high school students. That was the entire idea behind creating LoopTZ.
Who is working on this? And you are founder, you told me. So
Right.
what is your team? Can you please describe us?
Exactly. So I met with the other co-founders on Discord. We had some similar interests and we connected with each other. We understood that we all shared the same problems and we wanted to create a solution to the same common problem that was connecting students with appropriate resources and opportunities as well. So we got started with it in around June of 2021, and we had about 7,000 pre-beta users registered on our platform. And once the
Wow.
website went live, that was around in November of 2021, we amassed over 10,000 users as of today.
Oh, okay. So how can someone can join if you tell us the process?
Exactly. So we have over 130 organizations verified on a platform. Essentially,
Oh,
all you have to do is jump onto our platform, looptz.com, create a user, a login ID, and then find the appropriate internship as per you like. It's simple.
okay. So I will put the link in the description of your website so people can
Great.
watch it and see that how that's going. You have also told that you have done some internships. So tell
Right.
me what the internships you have done and how hard and how you find the internships in India.
Exactly. So finding an internship in India is really, really difficult, especially given the fact that we have a large population and it's a really
Yeah.
competitive population. So for the same seat, there'll be hundreds of others fighting for the same spot, right? So,
Yeah.
and I really knew my passion was in the field of computer science, specifically artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and quantum computing. And I really wanted to get the first-hand experience of what it's like to actually work and create prototypes of machine learning models. We hear the term artificial intelligence used everywhere across us about how artificial intelligence is creating
Yeah.
autonomous vehicles, autonomous
Yeah.
systems, and whatnot. So I really want to discover what this is. And I found that the best place to do so was studying protein structures in drug manufacturing, given the fact
Mm.
that there are a lot of diseases across the world, and lots of these require drugs. And creating drugs is not very simple task, given the fact that there are multiple protein structures involved, and the process has to be sleek and unique for each one of them. That's the reason I really, spend my time in sophomore year trying to find the best place to intern at, and then I discovered that biotech, a multinational biotechnology firm, was probably the best bet at it, and I interned over there.
How you connected? Like, did you find out on LinkedIn or just
Right,
external
LinkedIn.
connection?
LinkedIn is a really good place to go to, and I also interacted with PhD professors over there, and they really found it interesting that a high school, you know, sophomore
Yeah.
had interest in the field of biotechnology, and yeah, that's how I got the position.
So you are also like interested in blockchain technology.
Absolutely, yeah.
So please, can you tell us about what is it and why should everyone know about it and how can it affect the future?
Exactly. So blockchain is an emerging Genesis technology, which will probably be used in every single aspect of our lives 10 years from now. The thing is, today there's a lot of issues with cybersecurity, and these problems can be eradicated almost around 90% by the use of adopting blockchain technologies in our daily lives. For example, we hear stories of credit card information being stolen every day, about how scammers really make millions of innocent people, and these innocent victims have no justice whatsoever on their end because they lose the money and there's literally no way for them to get it back. That's the reason why blockchain is really going to be helpful in the future when credit card systems like Visa, MasterCard actually adopt these technologies, and which they are in the process of, by the way, then we can really combat this issue of cybersecurity, of lack of security in the cyberspace.
Oh, yeah. Because we need that. If technology should be teaching, yeah, and technology should be growing because that's the future. That's the like we need to study and we need to just to know because lots of people and lots of teenagers don't know about this blockchain technology.
Right.
And we can like earn money. It's not about just knowing. It is
Yeah,
practical in real life. So,
exactly. Web 3.0, that's the
did
entire
you
subset of blockchain.
invested in this?
I haven't invested in it whatsoever because the legal age for investing is 18, and I did try
Yeah.
to find ways to bypass it, but then I found it would be ethically wrong, so I've put that aside for a while.
Yeah, lots of people's like also fear of AI and all of these things. So what you would say, Tapas, how should not afraid of this technology?
Exactly. The fear of AI is growing at a tremendous rate, especially the pessimism that's around AI. Like 30 years back, during the creation of the internet, people were actually optimistic about the future of technology. But all of a sudden, in the past 5 years or so, this last decade has proven to be really disastrous in terms of the relevance of AI and technology in the modern age. And I think it's really essential that people have the right knowledge regarding AI, what AI can actually do as of today, and what AI could probably be used for in the future.
Yeah.
Essentially, I think people are reading a lot of fake newses, and fake news regarding AI is spreading at a tremendous rate as well. And this is something we need to combat as well. And that's exactly why I started Meta Justice as well. Meta Justice is still in its infancy stage. Basically,
Okay.
my idea for creating Meta Justice was to spread or advocate the rights necessary and empower the truth regarding
Yeah.
AI, technology, big tech, and about data monopoly. Since data monopoly is a thing in today's life, like how big
Mm.
tech giants
Yeah.
like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and whatnot, they have the monopoly over information. That's essentially the use information,
And it is
what
also growing.
people
It's not
use.
just stuck. It's also growing.
It's
The
also
data is,
growing,
yeah.
exactly. So that's something that needs to be combated. And I'm pretty optimistic about the fact that our generation, that is Gen Z, would be successful in combating this growing fear. Since I interact with a lot of Gen Z entrepreneurs, and all of them share the same ideology that AI is the future, if not the future.
And the danger of AI is like it's great. It's not just like we should just go, because if anyone can use in wrong way, it can be used in wrong way. And it's not about just like how we see in movies. It does not need to be some kind of physical appearance to kill. If he has some kind of virtual, he can go into the online and hack the satellites or just destroy it and maybe hack the nuclear weapons and tackle it down. So that's the hard. People think that it needs to be some kind of appearance, but that's not true. If it's virtual, they can also tackle or conquer the world. Well, this
Yeah,
needs to be in mind, but we need to be optimistic first of all, because we need to just build it and build it with safely.
yep.
Yeah. So move on,
I,
and
mhm.
yeah, this question is for Anne. So please tell us, like, how can someone get started in robotics, and especially how girls can start in robotics and mechatronics field?
For me, I was fortunate enough that my school had a robotics club. Um, but so like reaching out to your school and seeing if there are any existing opportunities. If not, you can always start like your own club at school, or also don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. Like I remember Tapas, you talked about how you reach out to a biotechnology company and they were very, very interested that a high school student would show like great passion for like what the company did, right? And so a lot of people, like adults, they like to see passionate and curious young individuals. So if you can just convey that, and if you can reach out to people about what you are interested in, there will be somebody who recognizes that and helps you facilitate that.
Yeah, and it's a general or just normal question. Like, you are a mechatronics student, so what's the ratio of girls and boys in your class, in your mechatronics class?
Um, uh, let me try and see. It's like
You can just give a like a rough figure, how much you have someone.
um, there's like four girls in a class of like maybe like 20-ish or like something like that. I don't know.
So like it's four girls and 20 boys, that kind of things.
Or like
Four girls, or maybe
four,
the boys is more like exponentially.
yeah. That's just for my specific class. There's other mechatronics classes, so I'm not sure about the statistics there, but
Okay.
that's kind of around how it is, I think.
Well, yeah, but girls is also participating by the year, like from the past, they are also participating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we needed, because the gender equality should be there at every field. Like there should be kind of availability, accessibility for everyone. Apart from that, you
Mm-hmm.
can choose whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
And you have also started some kind of project regarding wireless electricity. So please tell us,
Yeah.
what is it?
So like wireless electricity, it deals with transferring power over distances wirelessly. So, have you guys seen like those wireless phone charging pads? And so
Yeah,
that's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's like one example. of wireless power transfer technology. And so this technology can actually be scaled up to transfer power between like a giant charging pad and an electronic vehicle, like for example, a Tesla vehicle, to give an example. And the way that it works, there's two main parts to the system. There's a transmitter. So that's the part that transmits the energy, so sends the energy. So that would be like your charging pad, for example. And then there is the receiver. So like your device or your car or like something underneath it that like receives the energy. So you
Oh,
guys know
okay.
about how if you send like alternating current through a wire, it creates a magnetic field, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's like essentially inside the charging pad and the receiver, it's these like two coils. So there you have the primary coil and then the secondary coil. So like the first part of the system, second part of the system, and then like what do you call it? There's something called like the resonating frequency. So to explain that, you know how if you push somebody on a swing at just the right moment, or if you sing a certain note at a wine glass that it breaks because like the glass vibrates and the amplitude is at its highest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read about
So
it.
yeah. So the resonant frequency for wireless charging, um, if you can get it at like that perfect frequency, so frequency refers to how fast the electrons move back and forth within a
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. And so if you get the perfect frequency, then you can actually magnify the effects of the charging while also canceling out like any background RF noise. So I think that's like really cool.
And how you got started, like how you like who is helping you to make this project, and is that independent or are you connected with some kind of company?
So right now I'm just in the process of like building up connections and things like that. Uh, What actually happened, how I got started with this is I found out that there was this science fair at my school and that it eventually led up to like this really cool international opportunity. So I was like, okay, I'm really interested in science and what can I do to help like make the future more exciting? And then I came across wireless electricity. And so first off, I started out by sending a lot of emails to university professors and like asking for their
By
advice
just
and
emailing
asking
them?
literally just emailing them and lots of like no responses, lots of rejections, all that, but really it only takes one yes in order for you to like get somewhere. So I emailed this company and they were like kind enough to respond and I got to talk with one of their engineers. So that was like the first time that I felt like I was really getting somewhere with my project. And then from there, I've also gotten to talk with another researcher. So that's kind of how I'm at so far. I'm just gathering information and talking to cool people.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyone can like well, that's it's kind of a secret thing that anyone can email them. No one is like trying now, but you just reveal the secrets. So move on. It's kind of it's imagination question, or what we can say future question. What do you think the world? Do you think the world will be a better place after 50 years from now, when we will be in the our last stage of our life? So, what do you think about this?
I think the world's it's what I hope that the world will be a better place 50 years from now, where we have discovered new forms of technology and like the process of adopting technology has become quite simpler, given the fact that I expect AI to be everywhere across the globe 50 years from now. And yeah, what I hope 50 years from now is actually a utopian future. Some people do disagree, but that's
Yeah,
of course my hope.
Ethiopian society. Do you read
Yeah.
about the AI Age of AI by Max Tegmark?
I have heard of it. I'm yet to read it.
Yeah, I have read that. It's like a good book. It's give like Dyson Spears after the 2000 years. So that's
Yeah.
cool. And what do you think about that? What do you think about this?
Um, I'm gonna give two answers. Short answer, yes, hopefully, fingers crossed. Long answer is as society progresses and as we get more technologically advanced, we're going to be able to solve some of the problems that we have current time, right? But then with that, there's going to be new challenges that we currently don't have to deal with, but we're going to have to deal with in the future. So now these challenges, are they going to like, we don't really know what they're going to be as of now, right? Because we have yet to experience them.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can work towards a future that is much more exciting and much more, I guess, like it's better to live in for everybody.
What I think, like there will be AI, there will be technology, but should not be worse than now. There should not be like there should be more happily, and the problems should be solved, like global warming and these things. So
I feel
this
like
will
though
take
as
time.
like yeah,
Yeah, what you're saying?
definitely. I feel like as like humans become more technologically advanced, the problems that we need to solve become a little bit more abstract and harder to address. So, like for example, back in the day, it was all about getting enough food and like having shelter and like caveman days, like stuff
Yeah,
like that,
even the
right?
poverty should be cleared out after 15 years. Maybe
Oh,
it's a very big challenge, but we can just clear
definitely,
out
it's
even.
a
Yeah,
huge challenge.
yeah,
But now there's like issues with like I'm sure they always existed, but there has been more awareness and more attention to things like mental health and
yeah.
like stuff like that, which is, I think, a different kind of difficulty to address.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm also hoping for AGI, artificial general intelligence. Uh, do you
Artificial
know
general
about this thing?
intelligence.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Um,
hoping like maybe there was like kind of first AGI in next 50 years.
Yep. It'll be a great thing if it happens so.
Recently, DeepMind have just launched some kind of it's a deep learning model which can play like 200 games at the same time and can win all of that. So
Yeah.
it is
wow.
kind of
I've watched YouTube videos of that. It's really fascinating how AI can beat the best chess grandmasters.
yeah, that's fascinating and like it's scary also, but that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think
So
will
like
happen with like space in the
what?
future? Like outer
Uh,
space exploration in the future?
Yeah, yeah. We can also only do by just giving the fact that if we made any kind of AGI, then we can go into the space, or because the AGI will be enough intelligence to give the calculations of the outer space. Because now we can't just get out of the solar system because it's like it's kind of impossible for us to do that thing. But if AGI comes, we can go outer space and even go beyond that our solar system and galaxy also. I
yeah,
think
like
because I have read that in
present,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, present day technology actually like prohibits us from leaving our own planet. Like we haven't even gone to another planet except for the moon. We're yet to go to
yeah,
Mars. And that's a big challenge. But I think given the fact that privatization of space companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin has taken place, and
yeah,
I hope to see many other space exploration companies in the future created by Gen Z. I think that problem
mm,
will be solved soon enough. It's just a matter of fact that potentially AI can help us solve certain physical equations that prohibits us from like leaving the solar system at a faster scale.
yeah. That's true. And like, there's a kind of misconception there in the society that if you wouldn't do that thing, there will be other people who will do. But I think like this is kind of traditional type of thing because if there was not Elon Musk, I wouldn't say that there will be, we have a dream of going into the Mars. So we need to take steps and we need to just like see our worth in our world and give it shot, because that's important. There will be no one who will do it. You and we are here who we're gonna do it. So that's the true part, and that's a fact also.
Absolutely.
So who inspires you to like to do these things, to learn about the technology and to create robots and create startups? Who inspires you? Let's start with Tapas.
I think it was definitely Elon Musk for me. You know, after reading his book, like many other teenagers, I felt really connected with technology. And after that, I went and watched a couple of videos from Richard Freeman on YouTube. And that really inspired me towards physics, pursuing
Yeah.
stuff in physics and like discovering what sorts of mechanics we actually have in
Yeah.
physics that I'd never heard of before. And I really took my time out to understand those physical aspects of life.
So would you suggest some kind of physics books like you are reading? I'm also like kind
I
of
think,
interested in physics.
yeah, I think essentially for learning about space, the best way to start is by mastering physics because it's
Yeah.
astrophysics at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, like, I started off reading Elon Musk's biographies and the books recommended by him. Then I started out like learning about classical mechanics, the laws set by Isaac Newton, then
Mm.
proceeded on with Albert Einstein, and then the modern physics of just nuclear era whatsoever. And I'm still in the process of learning at the moment. So, computer science, physics, and mathematics, these are my favorite three subjects that I really wanted to pursue in high school as well as in college. So, yeah, that's what it is.
And you, Anne, who inspires you?
I mean, just off the top of my mind, I have a lot of inspirational figures, but also for me would be Elon Musk. And like I like it's kind of cliche, but like seriously though, he has like such unfathomable like relentless drive. He doesn't really let anything stand in his way from achieving like what everyone said was impossible. He like questions the status quo, he marches to his own beat, and like he has like this vision of the future, and he's just like, I'm just going to go for it. So I think that that's really inspiring, and I want to like combine his like drive and discipline with my own values in order to create a better world.
And the last question is, what do you do for fun? You do this, you learn these things, you learn lots of technology, create robots, but for fun, like for just free time, what do you do?
Binge watch on YouTube, um, play video games, like most of the teenagers, what they do for fun.
Oh yeah.
I was like expecting like you like, oh, I work on my startup and I like make six figures or like some answer like that, but that was just like honestly refreshing to hear.
I know. I mean, like every time I feel like, I need to do something,
Yeah, me
but at
too.
the same time, having fun, especially as a teenager in high school, is important amongst all the stress that we have
Yeah.
studying a gazillion subjects each day.
I know.
Do you play any sport?
Yep, I do play tennis
Oh, that's
and
cool.
cricket. Cricket
Yeah,
Oh,
is,
great.
cricket is like
yeah,
Indian type of thing.
yeah.
And you, Anne, what you do for fun?
Me, what he does too. But aside from that, I think I like to like connecting with other people. Like that's something that it's like something I like to do for fun. Um, Sometimes I hop on and look at stock market, but I'm not very good at it.
Oh,
Sometimes
you're
I like to
also interested in
draw.
stock market.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to draw. Sometimes I like to cook. Sometimes I like to just like present speeches or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really like impressive. And for me also, it's same kind of interacting with you and doing YouTube, and it's kind of like free and fun for me. And playing cricket and this is kind of same for every high school student, I think, for fun. And reading books, that's also a great part of this fun. So yeah, I think we have a good chat, and I am out of all questions from now. So that's a very great chat. So any questions from me? Do you have any questions?
No, I think you did a great job at it. And thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us. It was
joining
nice
us.
meeting you
Thank you for
guys.
joining us. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, in the last, I would say keep inspiring to all our youth and keep doing. And you will get successful in your life. I hope you will go beyond what you think. Finger crossed. And yeah. So let's end this.
Thanks.
If you want to learn more about technology, coding, tutorials, please subscribe to channels, and yeah, I will meet you next time. Bye bye. Have a good day.